Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Pooya and Liana Lounge for episode number 13. Typically unlucky, but luckily for you, we are not cursed. I'm Pooya.
I'm Liana.
Hello, welcome to our lounge.
Liana from the editing room. I don't know what's happening with Pooya's audio. It happens a few times, and I genuinely am just going to go ahead and apologize right now. Hopefully this is still listenable. I'm doing everything I can on the editing side to try to figure this out. But anyway, just so you know, we know an issue with the audio, and it will 100% be fixed for next time. Okay, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Hello.
Yeah.
Hi. Wow.
It's 13, right? It's not 12?
I have no idea.
It's 13. You know how I know? Because this is our third episode since Hot Ones.
Okay. I didn't know that. So thank you for keeping us straight and on track.
You're welcome. Even though I feel like that was a little sarcastic, I don't think you meant it as sarcastic. I'm hoping.
I'm tired.
Oh, we're just beginning.
I know.
Why are you tired? Work got you tired.
Yes. It's been like really busy and I wasn't feeling well over the weekend. Like Saturday night into Sunday, I just was feeling like exhausted, a sore throat, a runny nose.
You were sick over the weekend.
Yeah. So I'm just recovering from all of that. And then on top of obviously like doing everything for work and job hunting and all of that stuff that's going on, ton of craziness. So yes, it has got me physically and mentally depleted. But you know what? I'm here and I'm gonna have fun in the lounge because what a better place to relax from a stressful week than in the lounge.
Yes. Things that may not make you relax is if I bring up some old business.
I mean, I love old business. I'm an old business girl.
I don't really have old business, but I do have an update.
Okay.
Top of the show.
Yes.
Shout out to the commenters over on socials,
Boom.
YouTube pages, the YouTube video as well. We definitively have pretty much an answer on heroes and villains.
Yes. Okay. Y'all came through.
Yes.
Let's hear it.
So based on most of the comments,
Okay.
the definitive heroes and villains list is you are a hero.
Obviously, I knew
Asia's
that.
a hero.
Okay, we knew that.
Chappelle's a villain.
We knew that.
Shannon's a villain.
Okay.
Then you have, I would say like 80% of the comments say I'm the third hero, Taryn's the third villain.
Interesting.
But there's like a 20% contingent that's like actually Taryn's more hero, you're more villain.
Okay.
And then they said, if we must say one of you two is the hero, one of you two is the villain, predominantly I am the villain.
That obviously I knew.
Do I look like Jafar? Is that what it is? Like, ooh, villain.
A little bit of racial profiling.
No, I don't think it's that though. You know, I want to make the joke, but it's a joke.
Of course it's not. It's because you're the one who's like trolling and doing a lot of little shenanigans.
I don't think you would ever diss track your fellow drafters.
Exactly.
Either,
I think that is a perfect example of how you're more the villain than I am.
Yeah, I have fun. If villains have fun, then call me a villain. Yeah, quite the Joker. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All I do is penguin. Am I right?
That's good. It's a good pun. Did you prep that or
no?
Off the top of the dome.
Top of the dome.
Another reason why you're a villain.
Yeah,
those
chilling
puns,
like
evil.
a villain. Chilling like a villain. Yeah. So that was determined.
Well, I think the other thing, I don't know if you want to share this, but you also spoke with Shannon. You spoke with Shannon about her assessment of who would be a hero or a villain.
I think that laugh makes me a villain. Like,
yeah, exactly. You exhibit villain characteristics.
What's funny is this last week on Goose Who Stuck, during one of the meetings, I laughed, and someone was like, "That was such a villainous laugh." And I wasn't. I was like, usually I'll do like if I'm trolling or if I'm being like a little villainous, I'll do that. But I was like, that was just a default laugh. Do I sound like a villain? Maybe. So I recorded with Shannon on Saturday night, and this topic was fresh on my mind because of this podcast. And so before we dove into talking about the AU episode, I was like, Shannon, just a quick sidebar over here on the pod. If you had to, can you sort the drafters into heroes and villains? She was like, what are you doing? What's your angle? I was like, no angle, just trying to see something. So she starts naming. She was like, okay, Liana, hero. Asia, hero. Chappelle, villain. You, villain. And I was like, okay, I'm villain. And then she was like, am I a villain? I think I'm a hero and Taryn's a villain. And I was like, see, I don't know about that though, Shannon. I don't know about all that.
I don't know about that.
So then she then, after the pod wraps up, and we bantered about that a little bit on the pod. After the pod wraps up, she talks to Peter, her partner, and was like, I guess she tells him, like, am I a hero or villain? And he was like, you're a villain. And she was like, my own husband thinks I'm a villain. And
come through, Peter.
Listen, Peter, Shannon, look at us. We're doing the same thing here. So yeah, either both of us are heroes or I'm a villain, but you're a hero through and through. Yeah.
Obviously.
If only they knew behind the scenes, though.
Yeah, okay. Okay, share something that makes me villainous.
That's such a, like, you're like putting your thumb on the scale. Like,
okay,
ooh,
you're here.
Air the dirty laundry. I'm not that kind of guy.
Okay, but you're here saying if only you knew behind the scenes.
Yeah.
My hero. It's fine.
And they say that a hero. Yeah, you're my hero.
I will be here. I am here to save you.
You're my Enrique Iglesias.
Okay. Another thing. Review.
Yeah? What are you reviewing?
You review.
Oh, so you're segueing me into my own segment.
Yeah, you do that
All
now.
right. Every week, I have pledged that I will read a freshly minted review.
Yeah.
As we have said, if we get 30 in the next 10 episodes, we run another, maybe not a hot ones. We can discuss. Maybe we do a sour ones or something. We'll do a ones. We just don't know what kind of ones.
Okay, a sour ones. That could be fun.
Something that's a little bit like, I don't want that, so I'll have to answer kind of thing. So I have a couple here because shout out to the what's the name of our community? The Loungers?
The Loungers, the pals. The pals.
The pals. I like that. The pals.
The pals, the pal.
Shout out to the pals. They've been coming in with heat. I believe we got 4
spicy
in the last week, which is amazing. So I'm going to read 2 of them.
Okay.
Actually, I'll read 3 because this one is short and sweet. 5 stars from KG52. Hot 5 stars. Ones. More hot ones. Yeah. So they want more hot ones.
Okay. All right. All right. I hear you.
And then this other one that I saw is by, hold up, May Clementine. No, not May Clementine. I think we've read the May Clementine one. Kaz Fetz. 5 stars. Liana eating yogurt. This podcast is great. A nice time with great pals. Where we can gab and giggle about a variety of topics. I'm imagining I'm in the room and it's a great time.
Yeah.
Also, I need this to hit its target so I can get another picture of Liana and her yogurt.
Yeah, I will say the end of that podcast, like every once in a while I just go back and I'll just rewatch the end of the podcast.
Like, this is what
this is the sacrifice I made.
Yeah, this is where I was changed forever. So that's 2 for pro hot ones.
All right, let's
go. And then we've got one that I wanted to read because I'm a little bit confused.
Ooh.
As you all know, if you watch my streams or podcasts, I'm very open to feedback. I want feedback, whether positive, negative. What can I do to improve? That's how I've become the podcaster I am today. So this is from Simply Lolly. And it is a 1-star review.
Okay, let's hear it.
So out of 5, it's 1 star. It says, pull up a chair, ... So when I saw this, I was like, okay, maybe I can learn something. 1 star is like, you have my attention. Because when you especially put a text with it, I'm like, okay, what's going on? If you're new here and just checking out the reviews, hit play and pull up a chair. Because you're going to want to stay a while. But don't be too sad when you're caught up, ... Go watch the videos on the RHAP YouTube channel. You'll be laughing again in no time. This arms up. If you've listened, you'll get it. The best of all podcasts. Seriously, the best. Heart emoji, trophy emoji, heart emoji. And I was like,
wait, but
Simply Lolly, thank you. Thank you so much.
I think it was a misclick.
I listen, Simply Lolly, just bringing this to your attention. It's 1 star, but you said nice things. So I am confused. I don't know. Either way, I appreciate the review. It meant a lot. Either way.
Yeah, right. So, and it counts. Technically, it counts.
It does count. All reviews count. All text reviews count.
Yeah. I think it may have been because sometimes I have that issue where I'm filling things out and like if you don't click, like you have to like click it right. It's anyway.
It is what it is.
It's a UI issue.
Thank you so much for the reviews, y'all. Really do appreciate it. Shout out to the commenters for commenting. All right. Now, pals, shall we move on to other stuff?
Yes, let's do that.
What do you have?
What do you have?
I was moving it along.
Okay.
I just brought up some stuff.
Well, tell me about what stories do you want to share? Tell me about your day. Tell me about your week.
This feels like you're filibustering a little bit, but okay.
Why am I filibustering?
I don't know.
I care about hearing about you.
It's like when you pass the ball to your teammate to shoot for the goal and you keep passing it back. But it's like, I passed you the ball twice now. Shoot it. Anyway, so I've had a very fun week, I would say. Busy, but fun. I did 2 podcasts that I typically wouldn't have done in the last week. One was I talked about Sidemen's Inside Season 2, which was on Netflix. Myself and Sasha talked about that over on the Mess Magnets. And then I did Worst Ideas bracket over on RHAP.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a couple ideas popped up that you and I have talked about.
Yes, because they involved you. They would have involved someone like you.
Well, okay. No, I meant more the hot or not conversation that we had.
Yes, which did we talk about that on this No, we did not.
No, we talked about it yesterday.
Yeah. So
in human person.
Yeah. In human form.
Person.
Everything blends together sometimes. Yeah. So one of the ideas was like a hot or not type thing. And then we talked through some scenarios like, oh, name someone, like someone else say they're hot or not. And then I don't remember which one of Robert Akiva said Frankie Muniz, not hot. And I was like, I think hot.
Of Malcolm in the Middle fame, for context.
Agent Cody Banks, if you're a real one. Yeah. They said not. And I was like, I feel like he's hot. And this did spark a conversation amongst my friends of like, Pooya, what was that take? Defend it. And I defended it, I think, pretty well. I basically made the argument of, to me, when I think of a hot or not style topic, which also, what is this, 2005? We're doing hot or nots? Anyway.
Yeah, this is like a gossip mag.
Yeah.
Hot or not? Who wore it better?
Oh my God. So there used to be a hot or not app back in like 2007.
Okay.
I think it was an extension of Facebook. And I remember like getting it. And I was like, what, 16? And I remember my rating was not as bad as I thought it was. It was like a 6.
Wait.
Yeah. It was a thing.
I'm going to need you to explain to me what this app was. So this was an actual rating system for humans?
So Facebook used to have a lot of like in apps like Farmville and all that. Okay. Hot or Not was one of them. And basically it was kind of like Tinder-esque where you would see profile pictures of people who opted in and then you could rate it. And then it would give you a rating average. And my average was okay.
This is some like Black Mirror nonsense.
I mean, it doesn't exist anymore. And I don't think it was around for long. I just remember this. I have this like fleeting memory of like, oh my God, it's like a 6.7. That's pretty good. I was like,
out of what? Out of 10?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I thought I was like a 5 or a 4. So,
so it was okay. So for you, it was an ego boost.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, all right, hitting a 6.7, baby.
But
okay, rate
back
me.
to 10. Back to my
11. First of all, how dare you? You had an opportunity. You missed it. It's fine.
Rate me.
An 11.
Cap.
A 6.7. I just collate the data. I don't make the data.
Me too. I collate it.
Yeah. You collate that data.
Yeah.
Damn, boy, you collate that data.
Can I finish my story?
I don't understand this. Okay, anyway, fine.
That doesn't matter.
The
That's in the
2000s
past.
were a weird time.
Yeah. There's some weird nonsense going on the internet.
Remember when you had an app that was just like a lighter, like a fake lighter? Or the one that
I
was
didn't
like
have
a
an
beer?
iPhone, but yes.
Okay, so I didn't either.
They're like 99 cents and it was like, ooh, look at this.
Yes.
It makes
like,
the noise.
Watch, I can like drink a beer and like it's the liquid of the beer like going.
We were simple.
I didn't have a smartphone, like a touchscreen smartphone until I got to grad school. So that would have been 2013 is when I got my first like touch, like you know, like you touch it and there's like no buttons.
You technically touch every phone.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. But a specific smartphone with no buttons.
A touchscreen.
Yes, that's why I got a touchscreen.
Grad school.
Did you see Motorola Razrs are back? I saw they did a collab with Paris Hilton and there's a pink one.
I feel like they've been back for a minute.
Okay, well, I'm just
because they started coming back around when Samsung and some other phones started doing the folded phone.
Yes.
Folded screen phone.
Yes.
That started becoming a thing.
Do people like that?
I feel like I've seen people use it. To me, it feels like the screen is too narrow because if you want because when you open it, it's basically a full screen like this, but it's not as wide. So it'll end up being like a sliver thinner.
Mine's
but it's
pretty narrow though. Like compared to your phone, my phone is narrow.
Yeah, yours is still pretty wide. I think folded is still slimmer than that. Okay. Yeah. Anyway. So back to hot or not. So the way I was thinking for hot or not is you got to think of someone mid. We're talking 5.0 mid.
Okay. And we're not talking about the app. We're now talking about hot or not bracket.
We're going back to the conversation that we veered off of. Yeah.
Okay.
And to me, I was like, okay, there's 5.0. If you are over that, you're hot. If you're under that, you're not. And I was like, Frankie Muniz clears 5.0. Like he just does.
Yeah.
So
it's a pass fail scenario, right?
Yes.
You have to put them in binary buckets. So even though by like celebrity standards, someone might not consider Frankie Muniz hot, he's still hot by like global population standards, I think was your argument.
Right. Because I was like, amongst celebrities, maybe.
Okay.
But also you mentioned a good point about celebrities being like, for the most part, like the really attractive celebrities, people would probably say are like a baseline 7.
Yeah, I think, right, you just have like a skewed vision of what.
So if you're doing a
attractiveness
celebrity
is
scale,
like.
it's like 7+ is hot.
Yeah,
7
right,
down is
exactly.
not,
So
or
like
whatever.
if you take all the Avengers, Mark Ruffalo's like the ugliest of the Avengers.
No.
Okay, who's the ugliest Avenger? And again, this is all relative. They're all extremely attractive people, by the
They
way.
really
This is,
are.
like, no
Literally
dig.
everyone is. So we're
This is coming from 2 sevens.
It's goddamn Hawkeye.
Jeremy Renner?
Yeah.
Oh,
No offense. He's still attractive, but Mark Ruffalo, please back me on this.
Please.
Mark Ruffalo, hot.
In terms of the Malcolm in the Middle, like the siblings, like the kids of Malcolm in the Middle, when I was a kid, I had more of a crush on Reese, the older brother, not Francis, the oldest brother, but the next one down before I had a crush on.
That doesn't seem surprising
Frankie
to me.
Muniz.
Frankie Muniz.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you wanted us to bring that up. Why?
I don't know. It was something interesting that happened to you. And I think it's an interesting concept. Maybe should we play Hot or Not?
I don't want to.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Do you want to do it with the podcasters?
That especially I don't want to do. What in the world?
Do you want to get us into trouble?
No. No, I do not.
Okay. We'll just shelve that one for when we're by ourselves.
I'm not playing
I want to know your thoughts though. Like now I'm curious.
Everyone is.
We're gonna our next hot ones.
You're making a different definition of hot ones. To be clear, hot ones is a game played with hot wings, not with hot or not.
Yep, hot or not, hot ones. It's the hot or not hot ones edition.
I will make some of your questions that for sure now.
Okay, no, that's not fair. That's my game.
No, it's not. Inherently, I brought this to your attention anyway. So if anything,
and I'm stealing it as a white colonizer. It's my job to steal your ideas. You're welcome. Okay, speaking of hot or not.
Oh God! Thank God that was the speaking of. I was like, I don't know what segue we're going on.
Colonization.
Oh God. Okay. All right.
So
go on.
Speaking of hot or not, I had such a weird whirlwind 2 days in terms of like work, job, LinkedIn stuff.
Okay.
Which I'm on LinkedIn. Your girl's on LinkedIn trying to do her best, trying to find a job. And I got a message yesterday from a woman who was like, "Hey, can you clarify some things in your resume?" And it's for a company I know I've applied for, but I'm pretty sure I got rejected from the OG position, which I was not qualified for, but I applied anyway because don't self-eliminate. So anyway, so she messages me and she's like, "Hey, do you have a few minutes to hop on a call to like chat about your resume?" I'm like, "Okay, great, excited." So I hop on the call. Whole thing goes okay. We ended up chatting about like another position that she has available. Okay, fine. But she opens the call by saying, "Hey, I know this is very unprofessional, but you are so pretty and you look like a TikTok influencer that I follow." And I was like, "That's so sweet." I don't know.
Oh, you didn't get a name?
I'll check my LinkedIn message. She may have sent it to me. And I was like, "That is so kind." So I had it was a very like last minute thing that popped up that I ended up hopping a call with her. And I was like, "Oh my God, thank you so much." Okay. That was part 1 of the story. Part number 2, I get another message today and a friend request. I don't know a connection, whatever LinkedIn does. And it's from someone who is also in the biotech space. So I'm like, okay, great. Accept request. Okay. I get a message from them and they say, "Did you just start a position at UConn?" And I'm like, "No." And I'm like, "I thought you were going to offer me a job." Like, I'm here to be interviewed, baby.
Yeah.
So I get this message and it's like, "Oh, did you start a job at UConn?" I'm like, "No." And then the next message is, "Oh, I thought I saw your profile on Hinge. Is there someone using my pictures on Hinge?"
I hope not.
Or maybe they just got confused and it looked like me.
That more so.
Or
but also,
something.
is it not unprofessional to bring up Hinge on LinkedIn?
Okay, that's what I was like. Did we? Okay, not me, obviously, as someone who's not.
Were you getting hit on?
I don't know. This is a very, very bizarre.
Red flag to whoever matched with this person on Hinge because the person is deep searching you. Apparently,
I was just like, "What is?" It was just more confusing than anything else, right? Because again, you are my brain is LinkedIn primed. Okay, so it's like primed to be like, "Hey, send me your resume. Hey, I'm a recruiter. I'm looking for. Hey, I'm blah blah blah, whatever." And I'm just baffled by this whole interaction. And I get that follow-up message while I'm in a talk, like I'm in a science talk, and I see it pop up on my wristwatch, and I'm like at LinkedIn. So I'm gonna check it. Okay, I'm looking for jobs. We got to stay on top of our business. And I check it, and it's like, "Oh, because I thought I saw your profile on Hinge." I'm like, "What?" So now, if anybody matches,
did you reply to that?
No.
Okay.
I didn't know what to do. I panicked because I was like,
him.
one, I'm not on Hinge. I don't think
the proper Hinge experience. Leave him on red.
Yeah, I didn't even get to swipe. Ugh. So that was my bizarre LinkedIn story.
Yeah. That person was up to no good.
What does that mean?
The fact that they opened with, "Do you work at UConn?"
Yeah.
And you said no. And they're like, "Oh, I thought I saw your profile on Hinge." To me feels like, and this is grim, but stay with me. I think what happened was this person matched with somebody who works at UConn.
Okay.
They chatted a little, maybe. I don't know. She unmatches with them.
Okay.
And I believe, not been on the dating apps in many moons now. Definitely didn't make it onto Hinge. But
what is Hinge?
It's a
it's a dating app, but is there like a hook to it? Like, why is Hinge better than
I think
Tinder?
Hinge has these fun like prompts that you can answer. It'll be like, share a photo, like your photo in your best form or something like that. Or like, it'll be like, what are something you're very interested in, or name something you're very skilled at. It's like got prompts like that so that people can see stuff that stands out. It isn't just name, age, bio, little bio, and then photos like Tinder was. Maybe
we should make Hinge profiles.
We should not do that.
Just to see what the prompts would be and how we would answer them.
We can just look up a prompt template and do that.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I mean.
We don't need to make an account.
But the other reason why I think, no. You finish your thing first. You tell me what you think happened. Nice. What is your hypothesis? Okay.
So my hypothesis is they talked for a little bit. This person got unmatched. And I believe when you get unmatched, you can't message, like it's gone. It's done. And they started looking for the person. That's kind of my suspicion. Okay, but also, that's weird that I think that, or weird that they would do that. Because I believe people are weird that they would do that. Yeah.
Yes.
But then also, I feel like the opening of, didn't you work at UConn? Is like,
maybe that's because they, like whatever they chatted about. But now I'm more curious to meet my doppelganger. So this goes back to creating a Hinge profile. You need to create a Hinge profile, and then you need to try to match with a fake Liana so that we can try to see what fake Liana is like.
So you just want us to browse the women in the area until we find someone that looks like you, and then what?
Put your location as Farmington, because that said it was UConn at Farmington. So then you'll match with fake Liana, and then we'll get to meet fake Liana, and that's kind of cool.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Why?
That's almost creepier than this Hinge. It's like we have a podcast, and we were talking about this guy who miscommunication thought I was maybe you. No, I don't want to be a part of this story.
Maybe they're cool. Do you want to make a new friend?
I don't doubt
this is how you make new friends.
I don't doubt they're cool, but I do 100% without doubt believe this is a creepy thing to do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, fine. There goes that idea.
They could either have a good humor, but be weirded out. And I feel like the odds are weird out, because also we've essentially discussed the person we do not know now for 10 minutes on our podcast.
Yeah. Well, they're special, whomever they are, out there in the universe.
Good luck to them.
Yeah, good
luck. May they not end up with someone like this LinkedIn Donnie.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, weird. So job prospects have been fun and weird. That's what we've learned here today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I have some things I want to share. Can I share them?
Yes.
Okay, I need to get them.
Oh, God. All right, show and tell. We got show and tell here. What is that? Oh, my God.
Okay. So I had talked about my family sending me childhood things.
Yes.
Okay. And I keep forgetting to do it, but I wanted to show off a few things. So no. Let me recap. Situation. So family has been sending me things, okay? Things that were mine, things that I made as a child.
Right.
And I wanted to clear some things out of our house, and I found these gems as I was going through removing things from our home. So I wanted to share them here to show what an icon I was since I was a child. Okay.
Icon, past tense.
Yes. So, no, current icon.
You said was. You said was.
Okay, so first of all, this note, which I assume one of my parents wrote, which says, Grandma and Grandpa, thank you for the Peter Rabbit movie and Millions of Cats book. Love, Liana, which I wrote my name is Lian. And then I made this beautiful drawing of scribbles on the back. So truly an icon, modern art. We'll be auctioning this off for charity.
I will not be letting you get rid of that.
Why?
Because it's cute.
Okay, so I made that. Then when I was 2, boom, look what I drew. Can you guess what animal you think
A
this
cat
is?
with 4 eyes.
It is. It's a cat. I thought it was a pig at first.
Really?
Yeah.
It's got whiskers.
I think because it's pink really kind of threw me off. So yeah, I was almost 2. So pretty cool. That's a little cat drawing. What else do I have here? Oh yeah, this is a picture of my grandmother. So here, I'll show you.
Oh, not poor grandma. She looks like a taco shell.
She does look like a taco shell. I don't know what that little like oomph of hair is. And I really went for the blush hard.
I don't know. You did something rude there. I'm sure of it.
I know. I kind of feel bad. Oh, that was similar at the same time as the cat. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, this was one I just like carved happy birthday. You can't really see it, but I just like carved it in.
Oh, you murder.
This is like this is like serial killer-esque. This is like a, I don't know, kind of like cardboardy.
Yeah.
And I didn't draw. I literally like etched it in, and it says happy birthday.
Creepy.
Grandma. So that along with the drawing, I think I had something.
Grandma felt threatened by you.
Yeah. I also made this is a happy birthday card. So it says happy birthday and then amazing drawing.
That's not bad. How old were you then?
I don't think there's a date on this one, but this is my handwriting. And I wrote, "You will get your present later. Ha ha ha." But like separated out. Ha ha ha. And then I wrote, "I hope your birthday is the best." And then I drew a rainbow and I signed my name.
Very nice.
Yes. So I'm going to write this in your next gift. You will get your present later. Ha ha ha. Okay. I also wrote a story called My Perfect Pet.
What is that? A cockroach?
Yeah, that's a great. I don't know what this
spider?
is. What is this?
Looks cockroachish.
It's kind of like cockroach. It's by Liana.
Is
My
this
Perfect
a book?
Pet. I wrote it. I mean, this is not written by me. I think I was too young of a child. Although I did get the letters of my name in the right order. Okay, the zoo sent me an elephant.
Why does it say no on it?
Well, I didn't want it.
Is that backwards
obviously.
and?
Yeah, it's a backwards no.
Oh.
And then that's my drawing of an elephant, which is really creepy. And then I wrote, then a snake, which you'll be happy I rejected.
That looks like a snowman.
A snake.
A bizarre snowman. Also, realizing right now, this segment is awful for the audio listeners.
Okay.
So you want to just check out, tune into the video real quick to check these.
Sorry, audio listeners. Then a monster, which is just a bunch of squiggly lines. I also wrote no. This time I got it. I mean, the end's backwards.
So these are not your perfect pets, basically.
But then a lizard, and he was perfect.
Hard pass.
Kind of like a little hard pass. So those are things that I made as a child.
Okay.
And let's see. Oh, I wrote a letter to my grandma. Some people think you're cool and some think you're neat, but we think you're hip. Happy birthday. Love from all of us, which is funny because my grandma had a hip replacement. But I don't think that was the joke at the time. Let's see. Yeah, dear Grandmo and Graypo has you for the hearers. Love, Liana. And that's exact. I read that exactly as I wrote it. Thank you very much. And then the final piece, the true thing I wanted to show is the cat mask that I made as a child that my family lovingly hung. Don't make that face.
What face?
Here it is. It's got a human nose.
This looks like the mask from The Mask. Like if you put it on, you'll turn into a cat person. Oh my God.
It's kind of creepy.
Why is the face sideways?
It's not sideways.
The face, look at it. Look at it facing you. It's like melting.
It's definitely got some issues. It's only got it's got like a
this
human,
is delicate. I'm actually surprised you've kept this.
Nose.
No, the nose looks like a spider.
Yeah, well, those are they're supposed to be whiskers. So this is some artistic genius at work. I think we should hang this in our home.
Hang it in this room because I don't want this in the living quarters.
Yeah. So I wish I had my sister a picture. I should try to ask my sister for a comparison just to show how good hers is and how terribly freaky minus.
Well, you were very young, I assume.
Man, I hope so. I don't know. Maybe I was like
So you
14.
did this when you were 18.
You did this right before you left for college.
Yeah.
No, I was too busy getting my appendix removed.
All right. Well, that is a story we can share in a second. I have muted you just so that the noise isn't too overbearing on the mic. But yeah, thanks for show and tell, which why? I went out of my way to work the system.
I'm sorry.
Apology pending. Yeah. But yeah, I didn't realize we were gonna have show and tell today. I have nothing to show. Lots to tell, but
I kept forgetting. I meant to do it like weeks ago, and I finally remembered. So I'm doing it now because you know what they say: the best time to plant a tree was, I don't know, 100 years ago, but the second best time to do it is right now.
Exactly.
So I'm planting a tree, baby.
So by the time this podcast comes out, the Minecraft movie is going to be officially released.
I wanted to see it.
So the reason I'm bringing this up is because we were thinking of ideas, stuff to do this weekend. And I was like, you know what? We haven't been to the movies in a minute. And I enjoy going to the movies. Mm-hmm. Liana, not so much. But she'll do it if she really wants to see a movie or if I want to go.
Yeah.
Which means that I only ask us to go if I really want to go or if I'm like jonesing. So like, let's just see what movies are available. So I was like, oh, the Minecraft movie is coming out. Do you want to go to that? And I say jokingly, Liana was like, yeah, that could be fun. I was like, okay, let's look at the trailer first and see what we think. I don't think it's going to be a good
It does
movie.
not look good.
That trailer did not hit.
The trailer wasn't even good. Like,
usually the trailer gives you all the best moments at least.
What was that really bad movie that we watched that was on Netflix? It was with that guy. You know, the guy who is like, oh, he's like the new attractive guy. He's hot.
The Hitman.
Hitman.
Glenn Powell.
Yes, Glenn Powell. Yes. Hitman. That Hitman movie.
That trailer was great.
Was so good. And all the best parts of the movie were in that trailer.
The movie did not hit.
The movie did not hit.
I was very disappointed.
But the trailer was quite good. So my assumption is based on the fact that the Minecraft trailer was terrible. I assume that the movie will also be bad. Which the only reason why I kind of wanted to go see it was I just wanted to see Minecraft references in a movie. Which is not a good reason to go see a movie. And I think I got all the references that I wanted in the trailer.
Right.
So I think that itch was scratched as a consequence of the trailer.
I did see a timeline thing came out from, I don't know what, was there like a conference or something of like a slate of movies that are coming next year. And I just saw a TikTok that was basically critiquing the fact that every movie is a major IP or a sequel.
Yeah.
And the comments were like, yeah, this is on y'all because you complain you want original movies and then no one goes to the original movies. But there's a lot of movies coming out next year that I didn't realize were coming. So I did know Shrek is coming out with a Shrek 5.
Yes.
So
we need to watch all the Shrek.
We will be doing that. We will be doing that because I have not seen 4 and I do not remember Shrek the 3rd.
Yeah, so what was that about?
I just remember Justin Timberlake was like the prince person.
Okay, I maybe never saw Shrek 3. I remember
possible.
Shrek 1 and 2 definitely.
Oh, we wore out those DVDs. We loved Shrek 1 and Shrek 2 in our house. So that's one. There's a Ice Age 6.
Okay. I remember 2 Ice Age movies.
I think I remember 2, and I think I may have watched one more, maybe 4 at some point.
I did
but
not
I remember
realize
2.
There were 6 of them.
I might have to watch it again because I didn't really care for Ice Age.
If I were to I liked Ice Age 1.
I didn't. I found the time.
Boy.
That reminds me of Matilda more than anything.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah, she's making pancakes. Good times. I rewatched that recently with my mom.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, we watched it together. The fact that you didn't remember was Matilda hurts me, but it's fine.
No, I mean, obviously I remember that too. We're talking about Ice Age.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I think it's just the time era. Like,
was it you like really didn't like that squirrel with the acorn?
No,
like,
no. It just felt depressing because it was ice everywhere and it was cold.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were just like not a fan of the setting.
Yeah.
Okay. You're like, Ice Age, couldn't be me.
More so, yeah, probably. And then, so we watched a Mario movie in theaters.
We did.
We did.
Yeah, we did.
We did.
We did.
And the sequel's coming out next year.
Already?
That's what I'm saying. Already. So that's another one.
That was not very good though.
The Mario movie?
Yeah.
We just talked about how you were looking for the references on the Minecraft thing. I feel like with Mario, we kind of got everything.
Yeah.
It was okay. It was a movie that if I was a kid watching it, I would definitely be like hyped. Like I think it was a good time. Because I think back to some of the movies that I've watched in the theaters as a kid and I enjoyed a lot. And then now I'm like, oh, they were not that good. Like I remember Cats versus Dogs was like, yeah. But I don't think that movie's good.
You know what holds up? Okay, well, 2 stories. One, Cats versus Dogs. My mom and I saw it in the theater, and we ended up adopting a cat as a consequence of that movie. Mr. Norris.
Oh, Mr. Norris?
Yeah, mm-hmm.
Shout out to Cats versus Dogs.
Because the cats lost in the movie.
So you were like, I will help you.
We're like, well, we're going to help the cats.
You're such a hero. You're such a hero.
It's such a heroic moment. I mean, that's in my head, the reason why we got Mr. Norris. I don't know if that's actually true or not.
Oh, is that not canon?
Well, that's in my head. That's what happened.
Okay.
So that's point number 1, Cats versus Dogs. Point number 2, I completely forgot because I was talking about Cats versus Dogs. Holes holds up. You know why I rewatched it? Because they were talking about it on Survivor. And so I was like, I really want to rewatch Holes. It's been a long time since I've seen it. Holds up. Fantastic movie. Holes is up.
Fun fact. I have multiple times rated Cleo Thomas on Twitch.
Okay. Yeah. From Holes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The titular Holes.
Yep.
What's funny is I knew him more from there's a YouTube channel called All Def Digital, ADD for short, and he featured on there quite a bit. So I knew him more from there. Then later realized, oh, he was in Holes. I have seen Holes, but I did not make the connection.
Good movie, good soundtrack.
Some other movies that are coming out. Brand new Avengers, Doomsday. That's dropping. And I'm so pumped. Channing Tatum's back. As Gambit. Yeah,
that's your favorite.
I'm pumped.
They're going to ruin it. You know that, right?
Oh, they're going to run it to the ground for sure. The key with all these movies is I go in with like no expectation anymore because you'll just get like oh, they didn't put this, oh, they didn't do that, oh, they overdid this. Like I remember the last Thor movie that came out, was it Love and Thunder? I was pumped after what was the one before that called?
The Thor 2, the Thor ending.
That was Thor 3, actually, Thor 3, if you want to get technical.
The 2 Thor 2 3.
Shoot. I don't remember what it was called, but I really liked that one. And then I was like, Love and Thunder's gonna hit, and it fell flat for me. Anyways, Fast and Furious X Part 2.
I mean, obviously we gotta go see that.
It's been so long. Like the gap between I've seen Vin Diesel recently. He getting old.
If you told me we saw Fast and the Furious 10 a year ago in the theater, I'd be like, that sounds about right.
Oh,
I have no
to me.
memory of when things are happening because time scales just don't exist in my brain anymore.
Fast X came out May 19th, 2023.
See?
That's not even 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't even think
you know why? It's because since I've moved here, we've also seen Fast 9 in the theaters together. And that one came out 2021. So that's probably what I was thinking of.
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean?
We saw Fast
so every 2 years, they release a movie. Is it going to be 2 parts or 3? I'm telling you, if they've not filmed this already, Vin Diesel's old.
What you're concerned for his health?
No, I'm just he's not going to be able to do it.
Do what? It's all CGI.
I know, but anyway, whatever.
They just take his little plastic face and yeet him onto a stunt double. Maybe David from Survivor will be in it.
Oh my God. So you're not going to get this reference, but some of you that watch The Boys will. I was listening to Club Condo last night, and Chappelle was talking about David and his love for milk, and he was like, he's a stunt double for Homelander, and it was like 3 a.m. I was dying laughing. So shout out Chappelle. Very fun comment. If you watch The Boys, you'll get it.
Yeah, so
you'll
funny.
Immediately get it, but it's hilarious.
So good.
Yeah, dude, we don't need your sarcastic stuff. It actually is good, okay? It is good.
That's what I said. I said it's so good.
It's rude. But I can't think of any other movies. Oh, a prequel of Hunger Games is another one. Like,
have you heard the new Kesha song?
No.
The one with T-Pain?
No.
We're back, baby. This may be a sign of the recession, but if you have not listened to Kesha's new song, it's fantastic. Yippee-ki-yay, I think, or something like that. I don't know. I have it saved. It just plays, and music just plays in my Spotify. It's been on repeat, and I remember I was sitting, where was I? I'm like sitting in talks and stuff, and just that song is playing on constant repeat in my head. It's just stuck in my head. Somebody's like, "Hey, Liana, how's your day today?" And I'm like, it's just on repeat. No other thoughts have been able to penetrate my brain, which has really been impacting my interview skills, because they'll ask me a question about, like, give me a time where you mediated a conflict at your workplace. And I'm like, Yippee-ki-yay.
It is called Yippee-ki-yay. I'm going to do something we've not done before. Obviously, we'll have to mute the audio, but I'm going to listen to it right now and give my raw reaction to it.
Okay.
And not the whole thing.
Well, we're gonna pause then.
We're going to do a
You're
quick
going to listen.
Yeah.
Or do you want to?
No, I'm fine. I'm not going to talk over it probably.
Okay. See you soon.
Because then you can't use that audio anyway.
Yeah, okay. See you soon. Bye-bye now. So?
Yeah, no.
Never before so quickly shut down.
I was not connecting with it.
Okay, but
Which I'm not yucking your yum, but.
Okay, but were you like a fan of Kesha?
And T-Pain, both.
Yeah, it's so good.
Okay. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
I am enjoying it. It's such an earworm. It's like stuck in my head.
Okay.
Whenever I find a new song that I connect with, I just grab onto it and I listen to it over and over and over and over and over again until I've sucked all the joy out of that song. Mm-hmm. This is my current one. It's on repeat over and over and over again until I will no longer want to listen to it. Then it will go into a separate playlist that I will eventually in like 2 or 3 months revisit, and I will re-find the joy in that, and it will become part of a general circulation.
Okay. So this isn't an elaborate April Fool's prank.
Okay, first of all, that's rude.
Just asking. Because we are recording on April 1st.
That is true.
Yeah. By the way, again, not trying to yuck anybody's yum. April Fool's is cringe.
April Fool's is extremely uncomfortable for me.
Why?
Because I don't like pranks.
You like some pranks.
What kind of pranks?
The ones I do.
Yeah, like what? How have you pranked me?
I mean, if you can't remember any bad ones, that means that you don't hate them.
Yeah, but I don't remember any of them.
That's fine. As long as the reaction isn't, it was so bad that I can recall it, then that's a good sign.
I just don't know what's real and what's not real. And
so
I don't like living in a universe where I can't discern what is real or not.
Well, I think also the problem is no one buys anything you're selling that day anymore. Where, for example, Boston Rob on his TikTok account posted a photo of him. I think it's his photo from like Survivor 50. And he's like, so not Survivor 50, Survivor 40. And he's like, turning 50 this year. Survivor 50 this year. Maybe I should do one last dance. And then it's like, bro, it's April 1st. No one's going to buy what you're selling.
Maybe it's real. Are you sure it's not real?
If it's real, this is genius to do it on April 1st to make everyone doubt themselves. You know, what the Survivor people who could be in the running for Survivor 50 should now today post and be like, got cut, not going to be there. Because then people be like, oh, you're all going to be there. You're not going to be there. And you don't know. I think if it makes you question the reverse, it works. But I think it's one of those many things that I think corporations and businesses have ruined for me.
Yeah.
Because they all try and get in on it. And by the way, remember last week how we talked about that influencer guy who dunks his face in the water? And I told you about Mr. Beast. Yeah. They met up and collabed on a video, Mr. Beast and that guy. And and they did Mr. Beast's morning routine. And I was like, bro, stop. It's dead now.
I just feel, it just feels so sanitized and corporate. And that's why I think it was funny at first. And like, that's the thing too, with even like Wendy's Twitter account or whatever. It started funny at first.
It's because Wendy's was like the only one doing it and they're being like shady and it was kind of their brand. And then all the brands were like, we need to become alive. Yes. And then now we are where we are.
Yes. Yeah. There's still some funny organic moments with brands that I will see on like TikTok, for example. But I would say globally, you're just kind of over it. Like Google used to do really funny April Fool's Day kind of pranks that were like very obviously not like real. But that was like 10 years ago.
In my Discord for my Twitch community, the mods last night went ahead and they turned everything upside down. So like all the channel names are upside down.
Is that a thing you can do?
I didn't know it was, but they did it.
Okay.
And then my profile picture now on Discord is upside down. Names are upside down. I was like, this is harmless because everyone's texts aren't like backwards. Some of them were backwards for a little bit. I don't think they're backwards anymore. But yeah, that's harmless. That's fine. But it's all right, that's it. I'm gonna go back to Survivor. I'm like, come on. Like, we all know this is not.
If you were to do an April Fool's Day prank, what would you do?
I would thumbnail and title this podcast to Hot or Not brackets podcaster edition.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're going to do, right?
I'm fine. Sorry, you're pranked.
You got pranked.
Yeah.
Which is funny because this is going to come out like 2 days after April Fool's Day. So
more, 3 days, right? Because we're April 1st. By the time this drops, it'll be
The
2nd,
third.
3rd, 4th. Oh,
No.
we do Thursdays now.
Yeah.
3rd, yeah.
It'll be the
Yeah. You know what?
Gotcha.
That works even more because it's not April 1st. So
I
people
know.
would not.
But it's also funny coming from someone who's like, I hate April Fool's Day.
I mean,
gotcha.
That's the thing, right? It's like with regards to growth and success on platforms, it's the name of the game. The YouTube game is a lot of clickbaiting and stuff, which I think there's harmless clickbaiting and then there's like actively harmful clickbaiting where it's like you don't even, that means nothing. You just did that for the thumbnail.
Yeah.
This podcast was happening regardless. But like I said, that's what I would do if I was going to do one, but we don't have to do it.
Yeah, but this is when also we can get a collaboration going with that guy.
What guy?
That guy, the banana peel guy.
I don't want to do a collaboration with the banana
I know, but
peel
we're not
guy.
actually going to do a collab. We're just going to clickbait that we're doing a collab with that guy.
Do you think that's a better thumbnail and clickbait for us?
I have no interest to stick my face in water.
Oh, I don't want to rub banana peel on my face.
I love being in water.
Same.
But not just my face.
Oh,
That's
just your face is like, feels like a torture technique.
Of all the body parts, okay, if I'm ranking body parts to have submerged in a liquid, my face is the last one that I want.
And feet is number 1.
Hands. I like putting my hands in water.
Running your hands under hot water is amazing. I agree with you. But if I'm dipping, because I'm picturing a pool.
Okay.
And I don't want to dip my hand in the pool.
But you gotta test it. You gotta test it with your hand.
No, you use your feet.
Yeah, but then you don't want your feet to get wet because you're walking around and then you'll pick up little things.
Typically when you're around a body of water, whether pool, ocean, whatever, you want it to be wet because it'll reset whatever you've picked up walking around there barefoot.
Okay, so you're cleaning off your feet as you test the temp of the pool. Gotcha.
2 for the price of 1. Yeah.
I have committed several texting faux pas in terms of wrong words or misspellings.
Okay.
And I wanted to hear what your worst texting faux pas has been. Because I texted Pooya maybe a week ago something about this is in my notes, but instead of writing notes, I wrote nuts.
In
and
my
I was
nuts.
Like, this is from my nuts. Which was thankfully just to you, but I didn't notice when I originally sent the message. So if that had been anybody else, it would have been extremely embarrassing.
I don't think so. That's not a faux pas to me. That's just a spelling mistake.
Yeah, it's a faux pas. It's an error. It's an error that very much.
But a faux pas to me is more like double texting. People are anti-double texting.
Oh, okay, fine. Then remove whatever your definition of faux pas is and replace it with what is the most like awkward thing that you've texted somebody by accident?
I don't think I've ever texted anything where it was like, oh my God, I didn't mean to say that word. I meant to say this word. Thankfully.
Okay. Okay. You're quite lucky then.
I am.
Because I feel like I'm doing it on the daily. I'm showing everybody my nuts. It's ridiculous.
As far as other things go, I have before messaged the wrong person.
Ooh, that's brutal.
But it was a swift recovery. Now, I don't remember who, don't remember what year, how long ago.
Okay.
Ages ago, whatever. But I remember sending someone a screen grab.
Oh no.
That I meant to send chat. That I meant to send somebody else.
Yeah. Okay.
And I don't remember how I recovered, but it was smooth. Like it wasn't like a question of what the motive was. Okay. Stuff like that is tough because you don't, oh my God, you know what? I messaged a message I meant to send to you. I sent to Rob once. That did happen.
Okay. I've actually done that more than I'd like to admit.
Yeah.
Mostly messaging Mike Bloom and being like, love you. Like, hey, sweet bean, what do you want to do for dinner? Like those kinds of things. And then realizing it was to Mike and being like, oh man. So I don't know if just like, because I'm texting you frequently and I'm texting him frequently. So it's like the names are next to each other, or somehow psychologically I've like taken on Mike Bloom as my work husband. I don't know what it is, but yeah, that happens to me a lot.
So I knew exactly which word to search. So I wrote, Beanie, I'm finalizing the roster for Sunday. Wanted to see if you'd like to play. We've got Rob and Mike playing this week. It's me getting my Goose Goose Duck lobby going. And then I realized it was to Rob. I was like, all right, so it was obviously meant for Liana, but we moved Rob. And Rob was like, okay, I'm in.
Aww.
Yeah.
Sweet bee.
Oh, this is the first time we got him to play. This is from like 2021.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I definitely overwhelmed the man. I sent him all the roles.
Oh my
and
God,
stuff.
that is a block of text.
This is why, like, when I invite new people to play, I know that what I don't want is for them to feel overwhelmed. Because if it's a new game, but everyone already knows the game, it's already a little bit threatening. But then if I'm like, you need to know these things to play, couldn't be further from the truth. If you don't know anything, you can have fun. Yeah. But then I know some people want to know the rules. They want to come in a little more prepared. So I'm like, if you want any resources, you let me know. I'll give you. You want to check the last VOD? I have a spread. The mods have put together a spreadsheet with all like the roles and stuff, so I can do that. And I knew Rob was somebody who wanted to know a little bit more before he joined. But yeah, I made a mistake.
Yeah, that's okay. I think that at least you didn't send anything like crazy incriminating. It's not like you're sending Rob nudes or anything like that.
No, not by mistake.
I think that would probably be the worst thing that you could send.
A nude?
Actually, okay. Hot or not? That's a bad. Okay, that's a bad example. But what I'm saying is, you have to pick binary, like
this or that.
This or that. Yes, this or that. Not hot or not. This or that. This or that. Okay, this or that. This or that. Sending your boss nudes or complaining about your boss to your boss, where it's very obvious that you're complaining about them.
I feel like work HR policy wise, a nude will probably lose your job. But if there's no consequence, if it's equal consequence on both ends, I would much rather send a nude as opposed to complain about my boss to my boss.
That's my thought too.
Because sending a nude, you're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. This is embarrassing. That was a mistake. Yes, it's a little awkward, but they might now think they have the upper. Like, you're in a more vulnerable. Blackmail you. No. Dear God. No, it just, you're the one in the more vulnerable state. So if you have a good boss, they're like, don't worry about it. It's chill, whatever. If you have an awkward boss, you just don't talk about it again. That's fine. So
that's so uncomfortable regardless.
It is for sure. It is for sure.
Of the two.
Yeah, because I feel like if I'm complaining about my boss, unfiltered, and I send it to them by mistake, I don't think I'm ever getting promoted. I don't think my future there is bleak now.
You have to leave your job regardless.
Right.
I think.
At that
Just
point.
The question is whether or not, so for example, your review or the reference that they might give you if you sent a nude is like, makes mistakes or something like that. Whereas if you complained about them, it's like distrust of authority, blah, blah, blah. I feel like there are worse concerns.
Yeah, it's not good.
Neither are good. I agree.
What about either? But if I had to pick.
If I had to pick.
Yeah.
If you had to pick. Hot or not?
No, stop. You're trying to revive hot or not, and quite frankly, that's on you. Like,
I want to make it a thing. I just like saying it. Hot or not? Hot or not? Hot or not? Isn't that just fun to say? Hot or not?
Yeah, I feel like the podcast equivalent of that was Hit It or Quit It with Hit or Quit with Jenny and Rob.
Wait, is it hit? I always got it wrong.
It's Hit or Quit.
Hit or quit, not hit it or quit it.
No.
Yes.
We removed
I always got
part.
it. I always got it wrong.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, sometimes when something is sitting in my head, that's what I've decided it is. And changing it becomes quite challenging.
Yeah, you will add syllables to stuff that don't need syllables. No. And then even, what's the name of the second boot for Survivor 45?
I didn't realize there'd be a quiz.
He works for RHAP, loves Coke Zero.
Brandon Donlin.
See how tough that
Nailed
was?
It.
It's because she keeps saying Brandon Donlin, and I have to correct her. Like, there's no O there. It's Donlin. Because
that's what it is.
It's inconsequential, right? It's inconsequential. I'm sure Brandon wouldn't mind either. But for me, I'm like, well, I corrected you. So if you continue to say it wrong, that means you do not care for what I have to say, and then I feel insulted.
No, it's not that I don't care for what you have to say. It's the neurons have already been connected, and rerouting that is quite challenging. There's not a lot of turnover up there because I'm just playing Kesha in my head. That's what's taking up all of my neural synapses.
I'm glad you enjoyed the song. I really do.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
But yeah, back to the faux pas thing. I think I was thinking about this the other day too. The whole double text thing, like just text who you want, however you want. I feel like thinking back, there were way too many rules of how to interact with somebody. Like there's too much judgment on how we talk to people. And I feel like it's not needed. Now, double text, fine. But if you like quadruple text, that's a whole different ballgame. That's too much.
I cannot be bothered. So I will just send thoughts as they pop into my head. I will frequently.
Oh my God.
5, 6, 10 times text someone over here.
You know how last week I owed Steven Fishback a reply?
Did you reply to him?
Yes.
Okay, good.
But I owe Mike Bloom a reply now.
Oh my
It's been like 3 days. Anyway, it's fine. The fun segue though, because he messaged me about
Bloom?
the deep dive we did with Danielle Reyes, which was fun. I didn't talk a lot on that podcast, and then I saw the last night on the comments, someone was like, did Pooya seem off here? He seems bothered or something.
Oh, were you bothered?
No. So context behind it, 2 things. Number 1, it was 10 in the morning on a Saturday. I stream late night on Fridays, and I fall asleep even later than that. So I didn't sleep a lot. But primarily, the second thing is what mattered more, which was, I feel like with a deep dive, if the guest has a lot to say and is just hitting all the notes, needs no redirection, needs no re-racking, I have no reason to speak over you. That and like the fact, like Danielle had a lot of things to say and was sharing a lot. And then the longer an explanation would be, I could tell Rob has a question already ready to segue this out of. And I was like, unless what I want asked isn't addressed, I'm just going to chill here because I'm not bothered. As long as they know I'm not bothered, get in no one's way, we're having a good time. Because I didn't want it to be longer than it needed to anyway. And this ended up being like a long deep dive, which I'm so happy we got our time. Absolutely surreal to me still, Liana. I got to talk to Danielle Reyes.
You were in the room where it happened.
What? Yes. That's rude because I did still talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying is that you got to experience that.
Yeah. And like, it's weirder to me when because like obviously now like we play, so we've gotten to meet quite a few of the survivors and like the Big Brother people. And especially if I've met them and watched them during my RHAP phase, it's still surreal. It's still so cool. But then when I talk to anyone from the older school era, basically the era before I even learned about RHAP, it's like an out of world, like weird experience to me. It's like, I watched you when I didn't know about any of this stuff. Strange. But it's so cool.
Yeah, you got to meet your heroes.
Yeah. Well, Rob clearly met his hero. Rob was so giddy on this post. So
that's
cute. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, because that's what you have to remember. He's a fan too.
He he could have been on our season. If things went the other way.
I know. Yeah. That's so wild to think about.
I know. But yeah.
Yeah, I played Blood on the Clock Tower with Quinn the other day. That was very fun. Quinn is very entertaining, so that gave me a boost. I also got to play with like Caroline and Sam and like a bunch of people. It's been such a joy to be able to interact,
be a part of the world,
be annoying, be annoying to them in person or on Blood on the Clock Tower.
Yeah, but I like it because being someone who does the podcast for any of these shows, you're typically going to be critical of some people or like judgmental of their game moves and stuff. It's nice to then have an opportunity to show, hey, I'm a dummy. I'm a dummy. Yeah. Nothing I say matters. Also, let's be friends so we can make fun of each other because I want to make fun of you some more, but now I don't want to feel bad about it.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, that's the thing is being a commentator, it's so tough because you are walking a fine line between, okay, I want to provide commentary on what I personally observe, but also keeping in context that I've personally never done this.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So, and I also don't know what that person's motivations were. I don't know what that person was thinking. It's really all speculation. Yeah. And so every statement that I say comes with that grain of, I don't know. I'm just thinking. Like, we're just sharing thoughts, baby. Exactly. We're just throwing ideas out there. We're seeing what we think. Nothing is ever like a value judgment on who that person is or what it is that they're doing with their game. Like, no, it's all respect.
And I feel like more and more, people are coming out of these shows understanding that people will be critiquing their game or like looking at it through a lens. Every now and then you'll get somebody that just completely takes it as like offense, which fair, like it's on, it's their choice. But also you can't preface it all every episode. You can't be like, also, I've never done it and I don't know what it feels like. So don't take it with a grain of salt. Like doing that too much is also not good content. So you got to just like say the thing, but it's great to like meet the people. It's fun. We have fun.
Okay. Hot or not.
That's on me because
Survivor Castaway Edition.
Never. You would have never listened to that RHAP episode. You would have had no idea this was a topic.
That's why we speak.
I know.
As humans, because I can't listen. I cannot listen to everything you're on. I cannot watch everything that happens because I have 10,000 things going on.
Instead of listening to Kesha 200 times, you listen to Kesha 100 times.
Yeah, but I listen to me on a podcast. Because I'm not processing that. Like, it's happening in the background as I'm like prepping a talk or doing a science experiment. It's not it's the problem is that it need to dedicate time to comprehending what it is. Comprehending. If you had to do an accent, what accent would you choose now?
What do you mean by
I don't know,
choose
just
to do
what
an
is the accent that you immediately pop into?
That I could do the best?
No, it doesn't matter. Okay, just first thought. Accent.
You are the queen of asking follow-up questions, so I'm gonna do that to you.
There is no thinking. It's just do an accent. What accent?
What is the scenario? Is this an accent I have to do for the rest of my life?
No. You're on the street and you're being interviewed by a TikTok person or whatever, and they come up to you and they go, "Do an accent."
And an accent is not an impression.
An accent can be an impression.
No, it's not.
I mean, as long as there's an accent to the person you're impersonating.
Specific, like for example.
Yeah.
The Count from Sesame Street has an accent.
Okay.
Kermit the Frog doesn't have an accent.
Right.
Yeah. So that one doesn't count. You can't say Kermit the Frog. But you could say The Count.
Okay.
Because you're doing an accent essentially and an impression on top of that.
Yes.
I would probably say British.
I know. I think me too.
Yeah. Which is funny because I don't know a lot of which which accent, like what words, what pronunciations are from which region.
Sure.
So British, there's a bunch of different ones. There's the Scouse accent. There's the Manchester. There's a bunch, but I don't know the differences. Like obviously Scouse is very specific. Birmingham is very specific.
Right.
But I don't know whatever I would say what it lands in.
I'm from Brighton and here's my accent.
Right. Like I don't know the specifics. So I don't know what I would give them. But that'll probably be the default one to slide into.
Yeah.
Okay. Or I could do a Farsi one, which obviously growing like up around Iranians, you learn how they would speak.
I went to a talk from an Iranian scientist today. Yeah. She was speaking about her actually super, super cool technology. She's at UPenn, and it was like, oh, Farsi accent. That's so nice.
It's my people.
It is. It's your people.
Ed Sheeran's new song coming out. It's called Azizam. And the Persians, we're happy. We're like, that's us. That's us. And it's like one word in the whole song.
Yeah, this tattooed ginger white boy is
singing about us. And it's so funny because there's on TikTok and on YouTube Shorts, people are fighting because the Iranians are like, Azizam, Persian word. It's a Persian thing.
Okay.
And then people from other regions who also have the word, because Aziz as a base word is like to do with love, and everyone has it. Arabic has it, Azizi. Other languages have it. So everyone's like, it's actually this country. And everyone's like, no, it's Persian. And then the non-Persian are like, no, it's this. I'm like, y'all, it's from the region. Let's all celebrate that we got this. Like,
but didn't Ed Sheeran work with a Persian songwriter?
Yes.
I think that should give you everything you need to know.
Listen, I say let's all get along and enjoy it, but it's also Persian. But let's all get it from the region. I mean, this has been my life forever, where if it's from the region, I'm in.
It's mine. I can claim this.
Yeah. Like,
I mean, it's certainly like that for any Survivor player.
You don't have to be Iranian. If you're a brown player from the region, I'm like, one of us.
My guy.
Because like I haven't had many in my lifetime. So I take everybody.
Yeah, you gotta take the representation.
But then some people are like, nope. I will never forget one of the most annoying arguments I had on Twitter. It wasn't quite an argument, but that got under my skin was, this was around, I think, BB22, and I had listed out players from the Middle East because I was talking about how Kisser was about to leave, and I was like, he's been such an impact on me. So I listed out, like, we've had, like, I don't remember how many, 6, 7, and I named them. And then someone was like, well, this person. I was like, well, actually, they're not Middle Eastern. They're from Pakistan. Like, I explained that a little further. But then someone was like, you're not Middle Eastern, Lamau, so I don't know why you're talking about this. I was like, I am. They're like, nope, you're Iranian. That's different. I was like, I was born and raised in Dubai. I'm from the region. Dubai, Iran, it's like a 1 hour and a half flight. So, and also I was like, who are you to tell me what I am? But also, why does that matter to me talking about this? So I've lived my life as an Iranian, going to the school I went to, where my class consisted of, like, predominantly, we had students from India, students from Pakistan. We also had students from different Arab countries. whether it was a Gulf country or not. You know, we had Syria, Lebanon, Oman, Bahrain, UAE. And then I was like the lone Iranian. And then there was a couple of students that were from like one from the UK, one from Austria. So like I was never a part of any of the groups because I couldn't speak Urdu. I could understand Arabic, but I wasn't in that life. So I didn't speak Arabic daily, or I didn't
Not
understand
about that Arabic life.
I wasn't
baby.
I wasn't raised in an Arabic household to understand like
Yeah.
the foods and, you know, so it was weird, but I was always like, these are my people, like all of them. So then when someone was like, you're not this, I was like, I think it took me back to that day. It was like, you pipe down. So yeah. Anyway.
I think that there's also, you know, the thing with like, especially white people in America that are, oh, what's your heritage? And people being like, oh, I'm Irish or
Oh my God.
British or whatever.
So this isn't that,
Okay.
but I saw it TikTok, and it's a trend on TikTok now where it's people talk. It'll be like American traveling, or it's a European person traveling. It's basically you're meeting an American abroad, and they're like, "Where are you from?" And they're like, "Oh, I'm from Austria." And then they ask the American, "Where are you from?" He's like, "The USA, Miami." Lived in Florida for a while, and like they speak like you should know every little corner of America, and it's a recurring trend where, yeah, I'm from the Netherlands. You? Yeah, I'm from Boston, Massachusetts.
It is so true.
Yeah.
I feel like Americans will give the city that they live in, making the assumption that someone will know where their city is.
And like this specific instance, what I'm thinking of, he like literally talked about, yeah, but I went here for university and here, and all she had said was the country and moved on. But yeah, for me, it's like I never say UAE because no one knows that. Then I have to elaborate on what UAE stands for.
You just say Dubai.
It's easier.
Okay.
And I think Dubai has basically replaced the country name. Although I will say Abu Dhabi has become a lot more understood and people are more aware of it now. Abu Dhabi being the capital of the UAE. But yeah, I just said Dubai for simplicity's reasons. But yeah, I hadn't thought about that, but I was like, you are speaking like they should know all of the geography.
I think that's where it's when you communicate with somebody, know your audience. Like, who are you talking to? And it's okay to provide additional details if they ask for context. So, like, for example, I had an interview where there was a guy, he asked me, he was
Do you have Hinge?
No, he didn't. Oh, I saw you on Hinge. Are you on Hinge? Did you start at UConn? He asked me, we were talking about the whatever. Okay, so fine. He goes,
whatever.
There's some setup. It's fine. Whatever. It's none of that detail is important. But essentially, I was like, yeah, I'm from Colorado. Like, I grew up in Colorado. And he goes,
Colorado.
Yeah, well, no, because I was like, yeah, I grew up in Colorado. Okay, so I'm gonna start because it's talking to an American in America, right? So I'm like, okay, I'll just provide the state. I didn't provide the city or anything like that. Yeah. And then he goes, oh, where in Colorado? Where in Rado? And I go, oh, south of Denver. Again, like a major city that other people might not or might know, right? I feel like
you didn't tell him this street.
Well, yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna be. And then he goes, oh, like where? Like again, additional detail.
You kept hitting. It was like a game of Battleship, and you kept hitting.
Yes,
so
exactly.
He's like, next
so he kept
one.
asking. He was like, "Okay, I'm familiar with that region. Where south of Denver?" Turns out he went to a high school that was like 15 minutes from mine, and so cool. We ended up. Yeah, so that was a very fun connection.
Yeah.
And so anyway, so the point is that yes, you can provide additional context if someone knows. But if I were to be like, "Yeah, I grew up in Centennial, Colorado, went to Arapahoe High School." Like you would know that. You know
so
what I mean?
If I can think of it like this, because if I had met you, let's say I met you abroad,
okay,
and I have not been to the US, I have no real knowledge of the US, and you said I'm from Colorado, I've been like, you smoked weed? Like that would have been because I would have known that. Oh, that's like one of the places I know it's legal at the time. I'm like,
yeah,
so weed,
first,
huh?
Right?
Yeah,
the first state,
yeah. So that's like as much as I would know. So to me, it's like if you're abroad and you tell someone you're from New York, they would be like, oh,
the city.
Like, as they might know more which borough, or they might know a little more. They'd ask, but I feel like when you volunteer it, it's like, okay, they don't need to know your whole backstory, man. Like,
yeah. Well, also, I mean, for your geography skills, I feel like just saying the United States would be sufficient because.
Is it weird that I have good geography skills but bad map skills?
Like, you have horrible map skills.
Oh, horrible.
Not bad.
Nice. Horrible's kind.
Genuinely awful. Like, I don't think I've ever met another person who's so bad at maps.
Well, it's not even reading a map. It's more so I don't know where anything is.
It's like spatial awareness or something. It's some broader intellectual issue. in terms of like knowing where you are in relation to other things and like showing a map and being able to understand like spatially where things are oriented.
When someone's like, oh yeah, that's like south of here, doesn't change anything to me.
Yeah, but you know the direction of south.
Down.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
when I play games, like for example in Fortnite, there is like a little compass thing at top. So if I'm calming with a teammate and I'm like, where'd you get shot from? They're like, northwest. Why? Just indicate it. And I'll look there, be like left. I'll just look left. Like that's easier to me.
Left is relative. The cardinal directions are set.
Well, Peridium talks like that on Goose. He'll be like, yeah, I was south of the map. Why? Just say down. Anyway, that's a me issue. I'm not saying he should change. That's a me issue. I fully claim that. But I think as far as flag skills go, I'm like top tier.
Yes,
I know my flags really well.
Yes,
I think I know a lot of capital cities really well. Like I know that. I know which countries are in which continent. That I know.
Yeah.
But then you put a map. If you told me today, draw Dubai, Iran, Canada, or US, I'm failing all four of them. And I've lived in.
Yeah, we were talking about Boston the other day, and you were like, "Where's Boston?"
Yeah, I was like, "That's close, right?" And you were like, "Oh, it's like a 4 hour."
No, it's like a 2.
It's like a 2 hour or something. And I was like, "Oh, cool, okay." And then we talked about Massachusetts. You're like, "It's about 2 hours." I was like, "Really? I thought these were further." And then no, the one that really got me was Pittsburgh. I didn't realize was a lot further than I thought because I was like, if Philadelphia is close. Why is Pittsburgh not close?
Yeah, because it was like Pittsburgh's in Pennsylvania, and if Philadelphia, which is also in Pennsylvania, is
and I was like, I've driven there. That's an easy trip.
Pittsburgh be so far away.
Yeah, listen, it is what it is, isn't it? You have to understand, I grew up in a country where you could drive from one end to the other in 3 hours. So
I know.
So like the idea that we took a 6-hour plane ride and we're still in the same country is wild to me.
Driving across Texas, that was a thing. I was like, oh man. The U.S. is really big.
Still in Texas.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Hot or not, Philadelphia. Obviously hot.
Yeah, I don't want to do hot.
Let's play hot or not, city edition.
Hot or not just exists to put people down. Because if we talk about pass fail. If someone's like, that hot, it's like, cool, I didn't get not. It's not I got hot. It's I didn't get not. And then if you're not, it's like, really? So it's just mean.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll never play again.
I don't think we've ever played to start now. Stop now.
No, well, but I'm saying we're never going to happen.
You want to play hot or not?
I really want to play hot or not.
Let's find something that won't hurt anybody's feelings.
Okay, that's what it is. Because I think what I really want is to categorize things.
I think you can do hot or not celebrity because
you don't know them.
We don't know them. A, we don't matter. B, you know?
Yes.
Like if like goddamn
okay.
If like Chris Hemsworth went live on Instagram and played hot or not with celebrities, that'd be mean.
Why? Because it's his peer group.
Yes.
Okay, so we can't. Okay, rules.
Or he knows some of them, or he doesn't know some of them, and this is the first impression he's giving. Not good.
I think you can play hot or not with inanimate objects.
Give me an example.
I told you, hot or not, Philadelphia. It's a city.
Are you saying the people or the city itself?
No, just the concept of Philadelphia. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hot.
Not weather either. Just hot.
Coffee, hot or not?
Coffee's sexy.
Coffee is hot. Iced coffee also still hot.
Iced coffee's not.
Okay, chamomile tea.
Not.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You can play this game with
run a couple more before we wrap up here.
Okay, let's go with pizza.
Hot.
Oh, pizza's hot. I think it depends. I think it really depends on the type of pizza.
Agreed.
I would say deep dish, and I'm gonna offend so many people. But for me, deep dish would be not hot.
Oh, I thought you meant toppings would change it.
Oh, toppings could also potentially
pepperoni
change it.
Is sexy.
Smoked meat, it's hot.
Cheese pizza, where there's a cheese pull sexy.
Cheese pull hot.
Cheese pull hot.
That like cheese that's not actually cheese that the processed food companies use. That's like it's not
cheese
actually
product.
Cheese. Yeah, it's like wheat and like chemical.
Okay, don't ruin pizza for the fam.
No, but it doesn't melt appropriately. It's actually like not real cheese.
I don't know.
Okay, Brussels sprouts.
Not.
I think Brussels sprouts are having a resurgence.
Are they hot though?
Potentially. Asparagus?
Not.
Because the urine thing.
Now really not. And I wasn't even thinking of that. What? Because of the urine thing.
Onions hot. Even though they make your breath smell bad, I think onions are so versatile.
Onions
hot.
are hot for sure.
Onions are hot.
Hot potato.
Hot potatoes?
Hot.
Not hot.
Potatoes are not hot?
Like a baked potato, like a plain baked potato, not hot. A decked out baked potato, hot.
It's got curves though.
No, it's not. What potatoes are you buying? They're just like a curve. I mean, I suppose, yes, it has a curve. It's not like Coke bottle.
Some of them can
Coke,
be.
hot or not?
Coke is hot.
Coke is hot.
Mm-hmm.
Coke is hot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Dr. Brown's cherry soda, obviously hot. Sexiest thing on the planet.
Ginger ale is not hot.
Ginger ale is not hot.
Yeah.
But I like ginger ale.
Same. I like tea.
Yes, I like tea.
Yeah.
Well, specifically chamomile tea. That was what I said. Because I
What's-
think like black tea is hot.
What's the hottest food?
The sexiest food.
So we keep saying sexy now, and I feel like that's changing it.
I think I'm just craving avocados. So I'm going to go with avocados.
Okay.
I could go for an avocado right now. Oh my God. I'm actually really hungry.
Same. You know what's hot though?
What?
A burger.
No.
A burger?
Is that because of the Carl's Jr. commercial? It was like sexy.
I didn't even
burger
get
thing?
those commercials because
You
I didn't live in the States.
Oh. You've seen them though, yeah.
I
Really
think
late
I've
at
seen
night,
like a
watched a couple of Carl's Jr.
Yeah, late night, turn all lights off, turn on a Carl's Jr. commercial marathon. Gross.
Mom, I'm just watching commercials, I swear.
I never found like food meshed with
Sex.
appealing.
Mm.
It just feels messy.
Yeah.
Not for me.
It is messy. You gotta lay down a tarp. I'm talking. And I think also as someone who's like a little bit of a I don't like sticky
Speaking
germophobic
from
kind
experience here?
of things. Yes. Anyway, so that does it today for the pal. Thank you very much.
Well,
you can find me
never
on
said I
social
didn't
media
like it,
at
so
Lianaism.
Why wasn't I
And
involved?
then I'm podcasting about Survivor, Drag Race, all that fun stuff. Even though I wasn't on the most recent Drag Race episode because I wasn't feeling well, Beth and Amon filled in and did an absolutely fantastic job.
I'm gonna put food on the bed later.
Ew, no. I said no.
You said you did do it before.
Okay. Big surprise. Liana had a life before she met you and has done things before she met you.
I know that. I'm just saying now it's icky. Like it was fine before. What if I want to do it?
Try everything once.
Try it once?
We'll try whatever you want. You know I'm down.
Okay.
Okay. Pepperoni, hot. little nip cover pepperoni.
Okay. I'm regretting this. We might have to delete the segment now.
Okay. So bye.
I didn't get to do my plugs.
Okay, do your plugs then.
I'm also here.
Yeah, I know. And I said do your plugs now.
You can find me on socials at Pooyaism, twitch.tv/Pooya. That's where I am when I'm, of course, not podcasting. We've been having fun playing Split Fiction over on my stream, me and Liana. I'm also doing 90 Day Fiancé. So be on the lookout for those. I already talked about the deep dive with Danielle Reyes. If you're looking for trader stuff, that's there for you. And Australian Survivor, very close to the end. I've done my penultimate episode.
Okay.
They've gone down to 2 episodes a week. So next week, I believe Chappelle and Mike are going to do one apiece. And then me and Mike will do one apiece the finale week.
Okay.
So
Sounds
one more to
good.
go. Yeah.
Almost there.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with us. Let us know in the comments what food item is the hottest and what food item is the nottest. That's what I would like to know.
That's so mean.
To the food. Oh, yeah. I'm sure the
Chef
garbanzo
Boyardee.
beans are going to be sad.
No. Okay. First of all, that's rude to garbanzo beans. I think it's like some weird processed food like Chef Boyardee. Did I tell you the time I was really excited to try? No, SpaghettiOs. That's what it was. I was so excited to try SpaghettiOs because I didn't have them growing up. So I tried them in college. They were terrible. And I'm so thankful to my parents for not having me.
I think there's some products out there that if you didn't have them as a kid, they just will not hit now.
Yes, but the marketing department went hard for
They were ready to recruit you.
I wanted spaghetti.
They were ready to recruit you.
Not good.
Yeah, I can't think of, I think it was Twizzlers. I remember seeing commercials. I was like, I want these. I bought them. I was like,
I love Twizzlers. Yeah, I know you do. And I think it's to do with liking them as a youngin'.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, on our way to Pittsburgh, we'll go to Hershey, Pennsylvania and get you some fresh Twizzlers.
Yay. All right. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll catch you next week. Take care. Have a good one.